Okay, Shannon, you can put us on.
Okay.
Okay, good afternoon, Chad. How you doing today?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Great. How are you?
Good, thanks. So first up, Mauer versus Mauer. Doesn't look like anybody's here on this one, and nobody's in the courtroom. Would you like the court to issue a bench warrant?
Yes, Your Honor. Bond will be $829.
I will do that.
All right. And I believe that's all we have for today.
Well, I had another file, maybe it went away. Gagola versus Merritt.
Yeah, Victor's here.
William Rapley, I'm hearing on behalf of Miss Merritt.
Mauer
Oh,
versus Mauer.
okay. That's the only one you had, Chad?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, have a good day.
All right. Thank you. You too.
And you're just here on Rob, correct? All right, give me a moment.
Your Honor.
Gagola versus Merritt, yes. I'm a little. All it says on my docket, Mr. Rapley, is that it was set over from August 20th. I can't tell from the file or from the docket entry what it's up for today. And it looks like we've got a bad connection with Mr. Rapley.
Judge, can I tell you what my notes say?
Yes.
So on August 20th, plaintiff pro per Rapley with defendant, you heard sworn testimony of Rapley to arrange with therapists to be present. And
Oh.
you sent it over to today.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Rapley, your image was frozen and we didn't hear anything from you. Do we have a therapist available to testify today?
Yes, by phone.
Okay. What's the therapist's name?
Amanda Hammond.
And what's her phone number?
Area code 734
All I got was the 734. And Mr. Rapley's frozen again. Shannon, does that entry show who was present on that day?
Yeah, Rapley was with, everybody was. Rapley was with his client and the plaintiff as well was there.
Oh, I see. Mr. Rapley, you're breaking up very badly. I only got the 734 and then your image froze. It's probably best if I get you on a telephone connection as well.
What number should I call?
I'll call you because I got to set it up on the conference phone. What number should I call for you? If you gave me a number, it didn't come through. Try again.
787-5811.
Please stay on the line while we locate the person you are trying to reach, or press the pound key at any time to enter.
Hello.
Okay, much better. Would you give me the therapist's number again? I only got 734.
748-4829.
And Mr. Rapley, is Ms. Merritt with you?
Yes.
Okay. All right, if I lose you, I'll dial you back.
Okay, thank you.
Well, it's not ringing. Okay, I'm going to try again. I think what I'm going to do is hang up. I'm going to try to get her on first, and then I'll patch you in, Mr. Rapley.
Okay.
For whatever reason, it did not ring through to her number. I don't know if I'm having a problem with my phone, but hopefully we'll get to the bottom of it.
Hello?
Is this Amanda Hammond?
Yep, this is her.
Okay, this is Judge LaFlamme. We're having a little trouble with the telephones, but if you would sit tight, I'm going to try to patch in Mr. Rapley. If I lose you,
Okay.
I will call you back.
Okay.
Please stay on the line while we locate the person you are trying to reach, or press the pound key at any time to interrupt the search process and leave a message.
Hello?
Mr. Rapley, you can hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, we need to mute your computer though. And Ms. Hammond, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Rapley, could you refresh my recollection of what happened the last time we were together? Because I'm having trouble recalling.
Well, Your Honor, this is a file where a couple of years ago, Mom got permission to move from Michigan out to the state of Washington. And as a result of that, Dad had a parenting time schedule, which involved most of the summer. She moved back to Michigan. They had worked out a modified parenting time schedule outside of the order, which gave him some weekend time. Once that started up, my client testified that she noticed some behavioral issues with the child, had brought those up to the father. She testified that there was an incident right in front of the father, and the child had been in counseling out in the state of Washington, and then because of COVID, it took her a while to get the child back in counseling, and Ms. Hammond is the current counselor and is seeing the child for about 6 weeks, I believe.
Okay, thank you. So, Ms. Hammond, I'm going to put you under oath now, and Mr. Rapley's going to question you. Would you raise your right hand, please?
Yep.
You do swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please state your full name and spell your last name, please.
Yep, my name is Amanda Hammond, and my last name is spelled Hammond.
Go ahead, Mr. Rapley.
Thank you. Ms. Hammond, what is your profession?
I'm a licensed professional counselor.
And how long have you been so licensed?
I've been licensed 8 years, since 2012.
Okay, and what is the nature of your practice?
I'm in private practice. I do outpatient therapy for the past 2 years, and I work with children and adults, but most of my experience has been working with children.
And did you have an opportunity to have contact with Raina, the daughter of the parties in this case?
Yes.
Did you obtain a history?
Yes, I have a history of the concerns that have been going on. Mm-hmm.
And when did you first have contact with Raina?
My first session was on July 30th, and we've been meeting weekly.
Okay. And when would have been the last time you saw her?
I saw her actually on the 29th, on Tuesday was the last time I saw her.
Okay. And what is the, so you've had contact with Raina's mother?
Yes.
And have you had contact with her father?
Yes, I spoke to him on the phone last week.
Okay. And how did that happen? Did you reach out to him or did he call you?
He called me.
Okay. And based on the sessions that you have had with Raina, have you reached any conclusions as to what may be going on?
I have witnessed, doing different interventions to kind of get some baseline behaviors. I have done several educational things with her to kind of talk about appropriate kinds of touch with adults and different role play activities. So far, she has demonstrated appropriate interactions. She does seem very bonded to mom. She does talk about different family members in the home with her right now. And we have also been working on being able to identify emotions and looking at facial expressions that show different emotions. But at this time, she has not shown any of the done anything that would indicate sexual abuse towards me, and that done anything that showed that in the sessions with me.
Well, did mom give you that history, or did mom just simply relay what she had observed?
Mom gave me the history of what she had observed. I do know the behaviors that she talked about happening. Yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted the record clear. The statement of abuse, that did not come from mother, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you think you now have a baseline for this child?
Yes.
And do you think that it would be appropriate to expand her contact with dad at this point?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And so what day of the week are you having sessions?
On Tuesdays.
Okay. is there an opportunity for you to move that to a Monday?
With my current, just my personal schedule, that doesn't work very well on Monday mornings. That's why I sat with Tuesdays, because that's the day that I'm in the office full time consistently.
Okay. Do you think it's important that you continue to see Raina?
Yes, I definitely think that'd be important for consistency.
Okay. And if there are issues going on, should your contact with her be in close time frame to contact with anybody else other than the current environment that she's in?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah. So going forward, if there's a change in her environment, do you think that it's appropriate for you to have contact with her in close proximity to the time that she was in that environment?
Yes.
Would that help you in figuring out whether or not something's going on in a different environment other than mom's home?
Yes, I think that would be important to contrast the behaviors that happened if she's in a different environment, yes, shortly after she was there.
Okay. All right. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Gogola, do you have any questions for the witness?
I mean, just going forward, like I talked to Amanda last week, you know, if I need to be part of some of the meetings for the therapy meetings, that I can do that. You know, I can probably make a few of mine. It's kind of a little hike for me, but I'm sure I can make it out there and, you know, give any information I can on it. But
All
other
right.
than that,
Ms. Hammond, do you mind staying on the line briefly? I don't have any more questions for you, but in case an issue comes up.
Okay, yes.
So, Mr. Gogola, I know this hearing was initiated because you didn't get your summer parenting time, correct?
yeah, I also missed the spring break visit also, but yes.
All right. And I'm assuming you haven't had any, when's the last time you had parenting time with Raina?
Probably like January 29th of 2020. So it's been 8 months.
How old is Raina?
7.
So I'm assuming she's back in school now. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, yeah, we talked about it briefly, whether what she wanted to do with her. She talked about doing some homeschooling or have her back in school part-time or whatever because of COVID.
Well, based on what I've heard from the therapist, I see no reason why parenting time shouldn't immediately resume. But we don't have a schedule that works. The last schedule was based upon you living out of state, or mom living out of state, rather.
Correct.
Mr. Rapley, do you know what kind of a parenting time schedule your client would be willing to accept?
Well, Judge, I believe she would be suggesting that every other weekend, so long as the therapy is continuing. Again, as mentioned before, we don't know, my client's not in a position to know where this behavior is originating from. And now that there is a safety net in place with the counseling, it would be appropriate to start up some parenting time.
And Mr. Gogola, does every other weekend parenting time work for you?
Yes, that'll work.
Any reason it couldn't start this weekend?
No.
I'm sure I could swing that. Yeah, it can start this weekend.
Normally, according to the front of the court handbook, I think it starts at after school or 6 p.m. on Friday and ends at 6 p.m. on Sundays.
Okay.
Where?
And does that work for you, Mr. Rapley, for your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Apparently, they were meeting at exit 110 off
Yeah, we
94.
can continue doing that.
Any reason that this could also shouldn't also include the normal holiday, et cetera, schedule from the handbook, Reasonable Rights of Parenting Time, Mr. Rapley?
No objection to that, Your Honor.
All right, well, I will order that then, effective this coming weekend. Mr. Rapley, would you mind preparing an order to that effect?
I will.
Very good. And then the order should provide that the counseling needs to continue for as long as the therapist believes that it's necessary.
Thank you.
Is there anything else the court needs to address today?
Not from the plaintiff's standpoint, Your Honor.
Mr. Gagola?
No, I don't think so. As long as I get to see her, we're good.
Very, very good. Thank you. That concludes our hearing. Thank you, Ms. Hammond.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right.
Okay, and that brings us to Ropp versus Ropp. And we only have Ms. Ropp present. Mr. Ropp is not present. Whose parenting time complaint is this?
They're hers.
They're mine.
Okay, I'm looking at the complaint. It's dated, looking for a date, August 24th. It indicates that Mr. Ropp did not return the boys following, well, it doesn't have that typical information in it about when he was supposed to return them.
It's the time that she lists is the time because she has custody. So they were due to return Sunday, August 23rd at 6 p.m.
Oh, okay, I see that. Have they been returned, Ms. Ropp?
They have. He does whatever he wants, whenever. This is like every weekend kind of thing. But like he did it for the 4th of July. He never brought him back when I was camping in Indiana. I mean, he does all the time. And I kind of like the last time I reported it, I canceled the showing because I felt bad because I don't want anything to happen to him. But my daughter now doesn't want to go with him anymore because of the kids of his girlfriend. So that's my problem is he's using this. Well, she doesn't want to come with me, so I'm going to keep the boys whenever I want. You know, she's 13. She'll be 14 here in a couple weeks. She just doesn't feel safe over there because the one son just got out of juvie. Cops have been called. Eric went to jail twice now because of her son. So I just don't feel comfortable either. So, I mean, I don't fight her on it. I mean, I do tell her to go with Eric, but he's using all this stuff to take the boys extra time from me. And I'm like, dude, you can't just do what you want all the time. Like,
How much time have you been denied?
oh, every Sunday he never brings them till like 8. Sometimes he doesn't. He keeps one kid. He'll bring one home. he's starting to ask me more. Like the kids needed some math homework help, and he's like, "Hey, can I take them?" And which is fine if he communicates with me. But for the 4th of July, he got the kids till 8 o'clock. And 8 o'clock, I was in Indiana camping. He did not bring the kids to me. They ended up spending the night with him. And I'm like, why do you think you can do this stuff? You know, and I drove all the way there. It's just little things like that that he thinks he has no like punishment for because he's done this to me my whole life. So I'm not the nicest person to deal with, I'm sure, but he's trying to control me. My kids are witnesses to it. He takes her phone, so she can't talk to me. The kids can't talk to me ever. And he knows this, that he's always taking them. I mean, I wrote it down in a big booklet of everything he's taken them from me. And to this point, I'm so exhausted with dealing with it that sometimes I'm just like, that's why I canceled the last one. But now I'm afraid he's going to use it against me that she doesn't want to go with him. And she's here with me right now. I don't know if that mattered.
He has not filed a parenting time complaint. So the issue of him being denied time with your daughter is really not in front of me. When I get a parenting time complaint, often what I do is order makeup parenting time. But in this case, it looks like perhaps something a little sterner might be in order, so that he understands that there are consequences for not abiding by the parenting time order.
Right. How do I go about doing that then when she doesn't, like, he'll come here and he'll take them because she's not going with him, but like I'm like, go with him, and she's just like, I don't want to deal with those kids in the family because they live at the grandma's. So I just don't really understand, like, am I supposed to like pick her up and put her in his car? It's because she's scared to go over there. That's my thing. He's using it all to his advantage.
Well,
I don't know.
tell me, what do you do when your daughter disobeys rules in your home?
She listens pretty much. I mean, we have a good relationship like that. It's just, I just tell her no and she's okay. You know, I'm like, she wants her friends to come over or something. I'm like, no, they can't come over. She's like, okay. I mean, I don't have problems with her usually.
I mean, are there ever times when you have to take her phone away from her if she's got one, or ground her?
Well, he took the phone away from her a few times. I mean, nothing. It's just she doesn't want to be there because of all the violence that's going on over there.
But apparently your boys aren't bothered by that.
No, they are, but they're scared to say anything. Like, they told me, don't email him, Mom, you know, because I think he says stuff to them, or like he punched one of them in the leg the other day, or kicked one of them, and I sent him an email right away. I was like, dude, you don't need to be kicking them, you know, talk to them about what's going on. And they immediately came to me and he said something to them. And when he went to jail, the last time Jasmine was there, she said, how long, like a month ago or less, he went to jail again because of her son, the girl's son. And they were hiding this from me. The grandma said they better not tell me or something. I don't know what the threat was. But boys didn't know. Oh, the boys didn't know. Only Jasmine knew about it.
Has there been some physical altercations with her son and Mr. Rob?
Oh, yes. Many times. He's went to jail for putting his hands on him, child abuse.
How old is the son that he's having these conflicts with?
15 or 16. He can't drive yet. He's 15, but I mean, this is the second time. Then the kid just got back from going to juvie because he beat up some kid. So the kids are seeing the police come over here. It's just like, that's why I just feel like I wish he would put them in a different environment away from that guy. Cause you know, Eric has those tics like of anger. So this is just making it worse. So Jasmine doesn't want to be a part of it. They're vaping over there, and Jasmine, I caught her with a vape. And the girlfriend's giving them the stuff. It's just a weird environment. And I don't know. I wrote all of it down and I didn't want to get into it, but I just don't know what to do. I don't want to, I'm very
How
stressed with
many,
everything. So
how many people live at that home?
a lot. They have a house and then a garage. And in the garage, they have a couple bedrooms. Like his sister lives there. Crystal, his girlfriend, she has 3 kids. And then the boyfriend of the girl stays there also. And then the mom and dad stay in the house. You know, my kids don't really have places to stay. Her kids do. It's just they're smoking weed there, the young kids, and they're 15. I wrote to CPS. CPS has went out there a few times about, because one of these girls, the neighbor's mom, contacted me, says, hey, do you know what's going on over there? And I said, no, you know, because the kids cannot tell me, or he freaks out on him, on the kids. And the mom said, yeah, there's his girlfriend was assaulting some girl. I mean, it's all, he's been to jail. I don't know. I'm not there and no one tells me anything, which I don't like either. Because this is like the 3rd CPS thing, because he got in trouble for hitting the girlfriend also. She had a black eye. I don't know. I just wish that something would
So
be set in place.
what would you like me to do concerning your specific complaints today?
Today, I'm not sure of the options that you guys have. I don't want to see him in jail, obviously, because I think that he is trying to get better, but he's still, I don't know, he's controlling, he does what he wants. I don't know what the options are, but I would like, so that he can't use this thing, like it says on the email, it says, he wrote me that day, you enjoyed 2 extra days with Jasmine without my permission. I'll see you at 6 p.m. Tuesday. So that's just him doing whatever he wants. And I would like it to be said, you know, if the kids don't feel comfortable going over to your over there with those children living there, I would like something that says, you know, they don't have to per se, if they're feeling uncomfortable or something, because he's just turning it around and breaking the order every time. And it's every time. I'm telling you. And then he, for like summer vacations and stuff, he's not even with the kids. And I said, you know, in our order, it says they're supposed to come back to me if it's over a certain amount of time. He breaks everything. I don't say anything. But now he said he's going to record everything about Jasmine not going with him. So that's where I'm worried that he's going to turn around later and bite me in the butt about all of this when she's scared to go over there. I don't know. It's just, I don't really know the options on what to do. But if there's all that violence over there, I feel like the kids should have if they don't want to go over there, there's a problem, especially when it's grandma's house. Like, who doesn't want to go to grandma's house? And Jasmine just does not want to go. I've had her for the last 2 months now. She does not want to go over there.
So when you say grandma's house, so Mr. Ropp is with his parents?
Yeah, they live in his parents' house, and they have like a big old garage outside next to it, at which they all live in, the girl, the parents and all them. So that's, I don't know. They all just live together.
This isn't in front of me on a motion to modify parenting time. It's simply here on your complaints for him violating the parenting time provisions.
Okay.
Typically what we do for parenting time complaints is we order make-up parenting time.
Oh, okay.
Which right now he's getting what, every other weekend?
Yeah, and then Wednesday nights.
Does he utilize his Wednesday nights?
He does, and then sometimes he gives them his parents, take them and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't, but he's good on that aspect, I guess.
So the ordering makeup parenting time would basically be taking away from the every other weekend that he's experiencing now. I can certainly order that, which would mean he would lose a few weekends or lose a day on each weekend until the time that you've been denied has been made up. I can order something like that. I can order him to spend time in jail for violating the order. But it doesn't sound like you want me to do that.
No, I don't want him to go to jail. I'm not that mean, but I do want him to stop controlling me, breaking all this stuff. Because I would have to count up, like, he's done it seriously every weekend, the whole summer. But he's had the kids some summers. I'd have to go through and see how many hours. I guess I really didn't know what to expect with this phone call, so sorry. So I'm not really sure on how many hours it's been, but
what I could do is put in the order
okay.
that the court warns Mr. Ropp that any further denials or non-compliance with the visitation order will result in him being sentenced to jail for each violation. So it would be in the form of a warning. He'd still have to come back in front of me and have me sentenced into jail. But at least we can have that threat. I can also order that Jasmine may refuse visits so that he can't hold that over you.
Okay, that's mainly my thing,
And
the
then
boys
let's
are scared
see.
too, but
But
they
they're
go
not
with him
refusing.
because when they refuse a couple of times, but not every single time like Jasmine does. Because the
All right,
boys are
well, so
littler,
that's what I'm going to do today then.
Okay.
We'll give him a warning, and we'll also say that Jasmine may refuse visits. And then if he has problems with that, he has to file a motion. But at least he knows he cannot use that as a reason for claiming extra time with the boys.
Perfect, thank you.
And hopefully that gets his attention. We'll make sure you get a copy of this order.
I hope so.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
All right, bye.